Here we go. We got ourselves a 3 versus 3. Wait, I thought I was playing as Johnson. Instead, I'm actually playing as Yap Yap. So, alright, we're starting off with Gen first right away. Maybe my teammate is playing as Johnny. And we do have a Decimus that is orange. And so, this is going to be a Gen first build order. We're going to get that upgraded right away. Going to start getting cannon fodder out. We're going to keep on making some cannon fodder. And we're going to go ahead and see if we can get this mini base. You know, they haven't really shown anything to try and take that right away. And we also have the power we're going to be able to get right away as well, which is going to be pretty nice. We're going to keep spreading our little cannon fodders around the map, trying to grab the resources and see what's also going on, if there's anything going on across the map. But right now it's a very basic build order. We got Gen first, double supply, and so far there's no contention for any of the resources around the map so far, which is kind of sus in my opinion. But all in all, I mean, we're not really seeing anything that's going to stick out so far. So mini base is going to be grabbed. Cannon fodders will continue. We're going to hot group our mini base to our right D-pad. And now we're just gonna keep on working on our economy. I don't really know what we're gonna do for fourth building point, or third building point in this case. It does look like I'm thinking about doing gen, at least that's what it looks like right now. And so right now we're still getting resources around the map. Nothing really much is going on. And so there's that gen that I was talking about. So we are going gens. Marines have started to show up. We're gonna try and use our cannon fodder to go ahead and hit the sentinel at the top. But we kind of did it wrong because Red started to show up with his Marines and now the Sentinel are kind of attacking him. But all in all, we at least pushed Dark Blue back just a little bit. We do have a cannon fodder that we're going to go ahead and use to scout the enemy. And now 3 Marines have shown up in mid. So in fact, a 4th one has shown up from Light Blue as well. And so it looks like we're going to go with a bunch of cannon fodders with Hero. This is such a interesting build nevertheless. We have a scout coming in, and the enemy is also going War Concil for the 5th building point. I ping to let them know what is going on. And we're going to go ahead and check a Dark Blue now and see what they have. But we're going to go ahead and grab a second base. So we're grabbing a second base. We're going Armory. And we did get Methane Wagon, so I guess we're going to start making that. But this build order is very interesting nevertheless. But it does look like Dark Blue is also going Armory as well. And green is just going full economy. So no second base is being established so far by the enemy. So it does seem like it's a good call by me getting ourselves a second base. But light green has shown a scout with the Jackrabbit. And they see what I have so far, which is just Hero and economy around the rest of my base slots. So dark blue has now shown up with some Marines. I'm going to try and take this engagement with my cannon fodders to try and surround some of the Marines that are over there. But it does look like we're only going to be able to surround one of them. So dark blue has gotten a second expansion base now, and it's going to be interesting to see how that really turns out, because right now we don't really have much pressure. I do have a hero, and the hero is not even upgraded yet, and we are going to actually upgrade stronghold as well. So we're going a very greedy economy build. We want to be able to get our economy set up in order for us to then be able to pressure during the mid-game transition. So Yap Yap are doing a great job with the cannon fodder, getting surrounded with the Marines, but we're going to fall back because there's that Spartan slam. That was the one thing I was concerned about. But with our hero here, we're still going to be okay. Non-upgraded hero, mind you. But we're going to keep that pressure going. At least try and hold mid while we continue to get the nodes around the map. But dark blue is showing up again, and his hero is over here as well. Their Johnny has shown up. And so I want to see if I can go ahead and start this engagement over here. And if we can get something done, we got ourselves a little bit of a surround with the cannon fodder, but then they kind of all went to one area. The snipers have now shown up, and our hero has shown up as well. We got our second Yap Yap showing up. But right now it's a little bit tough. The bunker has come down. We are going to apply a little bit of pressure. Cannon fodders are still going to continuously be made. We're still on Tech 1, but the second gen has come in, and we have lost a lot of cannon fodder right there. And so we just want to start retreating just a little bit. We do have snipers that will hopefully be put into a bunker. Red is going to grab an expansion base. Light blue is attacking the mini base on the left hand side. And so we're going to be in a interesting position here. Our left lane is going to be a little bit weak. But we do have a presence in the middle and right lane. My second base is out and established, but we're still not at Tech 2 yet. We actually surprisingly are just still doing economy at this moment. But snipers in the bunkers are doing an excellent job getting rid of some marines that are trying to capture the power node at mid. And so this is going to be an opportunity to see if we can go ahead and crash with what we've got. We have a couple methane wagons and some cannon fodder. It's not really much, but we can at least go ahead and fight this fight and take out some units as a whole. There goes a group of marines that we took out. Their hero is in that bunker, and so it's going to be interesting to see if we can take anything out. Shade turret drop is coming down for a third point instead of cleansing beam, so we can go ahead and keep on pressuring the bunker. Remember, we do have snipers from red that's inside the bunkers themselves as well. Y move is going to get popped to heal up our hero, and we still have 2 more to use if we need to use it. And there they go, they're starting to retreat over here. Y move does come down by their Johnny, and now we have to get through another bunker. And so now an EMP Mac is coming down straight onto our army. This is my cue to go ahead and start retreating. Surprised that I didn't really pop the Y move there to go ahead and help me out in that situation. But unfortunately, we're not really going to be able to do a little bit more pressure other than what we were able to do. But it is kind of even. They haven't upgraded that slot. And looking at the left hand side of the map, it does look like Atriox or Decimus, whichever one's on that side, actually got an expansion base right next to my teammate. So it's a little bit troubling in that regards, because that's going to be some good pressure and teleport control that they're going to have. So Apex is coming down. We are going to go ahead and get our 4th gen that we already saw. Tech 2 is on the way, and now we have a bunch of Warhogs coming out by green over here, and we don't really have a good response to that. I do have some cannon fodder with the hero, but it's not really anything that's going to be able to do much damage against that. And so unfortunately, the snipers are now getting taken out from the Warhogs. I am scrambling to try and set up some reinforcements over here. And now we have the air showing up. Great Mac that's coming down as well. It does look like Isabel used their ability to go ahead and use some holograms. And so now I'm going to be shifting over to the left hand side while orange and red handle what's happening over at mid. And so cannon fodders are going to continuously get built. Do not tell me that's my 5th gen, because if that's my 5th gen, that is, yes, it is my 5th gen. What am I doing this game? I have no idea, but we are going incredibly greedy. We have please don't shoot, and we're going to pop some Y moves, but it doesn't really much comes out of it, unfortunately. But we do have a little bit of pressure going on, but it does look like red and orange are kind of having some struggles on this side of the map. And so we pop the Y move to go ahead and get the heals some more. We're going to start falling back a little bit. We will probably get, nope, we went with Grunt Dome. Could have gone with drop, could have gone with cleansing beam, but instead we went with Grunt Dome. And so now they have their own cleansing beam that's coming down, and I pop a please don't shoot, but I end up losing one of my heroes. But I did pop a Y move to kind of heal everybody else. So right now things are not looking so well. I'm going to start making some blister backs to help on this left hand side if we're able to do so. But right now it's a tough position. Right now light blue has that side of the map. Dark blue and green are just doing a great job pressuring mid. Orange, our Desi got reset with his air count, so he's starting to make that all over again. And I'm just floating a bunch of resources, not knowing what am I trying to do with the Yap Yap. So we have grunts from above, actually. Okay, I thought I went with Grunt Dome. Nope, I went with grunts from above. So this is going to be an excellent opportunity to try and see if we can get ourselves a little bit of pressure on this side. Remember, we don't have any upgrades, and right now they have at least vehicle upgrades going on right now. But we're going to see if we can try and get a little bit of pressure, but the shield gen is up on their side, which this is going to be a problem all in all to try and break this. So it's just going to be a back and forth. I don't really have the army comp. Elite Rangers with some Hunters would have been great. Combine that with some Reavers, it would take me a long way. But we're going to go ahead and bring in Blisterbacks to go ahead and see if we can pressure this a little bit more. We do have ourselves some drops with the Shade Turret coming down to just keep this pressure, try to take out that shield gen. And here comes our first Blisterback that's going to be placed. We are floating over 2,000 power. And we finally got the reinforcement upgrade. But where's our production, right? We don't really have much, honestly. We don't have any infantry, raid camp, or none of that. We just have 5 gens. We don't even have a scarab trying to be built. I don't understand what was I trying to do here. But Shade Turret's still doing some great work. We have Blisterbacks also applying some good pressure as well. So we're going to keep on working on that left hand of the base while we can. And Red's doing the best he can to hold off on mid, but it does look like that base is going to get destroyed. And there we have it. That base was unfortunately destroyed. But we do have pressure nevertheless coming in from here. And so we just want to keep this up for as much as possible. And the Blisterbacks are going to help as Y move gets popped for the first heal, which is going to be very nice. Vortex Lightning comes down as well, which is going to help with the Blisterbacks. And we're going to get some more Blisterbacks and level 2 air upgrades. So it does look like we're trying to fortify ourselves a little bit more. And there's some Reavers that's going to cause some problems with these Banshees, and they do have some air units. I'm going to go ahead and try and pop the Y move over here, which we were able to, but Atriox Brurox comes down, which does pose a little bit of a threat as well. We have some power, and now it looks like Dark Blue is going to start pressuring the right side of the map, which is going to be kind of a problem as well. So we're getting hit from 2 directions, and we don't really have an army that can stop what's happening on this right hand side. Please Don't Shoot is going to go ahead and get called. I am going to try and make a cloaking gen, but honestly, is it worth making a cloaking gen? They have nightingales and all that stuff, and we don't really have an army to stop it. And I do have Blisterback set up, but now I'm also letting go of the pressure on the left hand side. So right now there's just a lot of mistakes, and it really comes down to this build order so far. But Mac does come down, cloaking gen is going to come up, but there's still plenty of nightingales, unfortunately. I'm going to try and come around for the flank, but they're honestly just shredding my base over here. And so I made the call to go ahead and start falling back. And now we only have 3 bases left. So things are looking very detrimental for us over here. We're down to just 1 base apiece. They probably have all the bases. And so things are just not looking too hot. But hey, I've had comebacks before. Maybe this is a comeback opportunity. I don't know. It's been a while since I've played this game, so I don't really know what the outcome is. But I can tell you, if we somehow pull this out, this is going to be some sort of miracle. But I don't think this is going to happen. But my Scarab ends up getting built. I don't even remember making a Scarab from watching this replay so far. But Scarab is out. Cleansing Beam is ready. And we're going to just go ahead and Cleansing Beam everything that's over here. We're going to focus down on the Nightingales because that's what's giving all the heals. And so we've got rid of at least 3 to 4 Nightingales, which is very nice to see. And we're going to just pop the Y move for our hero. Nope, we're going to lose one of our heroes. Oh, and they just used Ghost of Machine on my they used Ghost of Machine on my Scarab. So it's not looking too hot. They have a bunch of holograms as well. We do have some Blisterbacks in the back, which is nice to see, but unless we do something about this anti-air, and I'm also becoming very supply drought heavy. Mac comes down as well, so I'm going to pop the shield, but it's not really looking too hot right now. We don't really have much reinforcements left. Banshees are coming down as well to see if we can go ahead and do anything. We're trying to do a best hold as possible, bringing up the supply gen all over again. Another Cleansing Beam is going to come down to try and focus down on those tanks. So it's going to be nice to be able to at least push that back a little bit. We're going to get that fortification upgrade and finish with our air upgrades as well. But right now, there's a lot that needs to happen. I need heals. I need more units. It's a tough position as a whole. Cloaking Gen is up. But now on the left hand side, the enemy has Blisterbacks of their own. And they have sensor towers, and they don't have a cloaking. We don't have a cloaking gen on this left hand side. He's going to go ahead and try and do some work with his Banshees, but honestly, with Reaver set up inside the shield, there's not really much he can do. So I'm going to have to flip these guys out. But all in all, this is not a good spot to be in. So sensor tower is going to come in to provide extra vision for my Blisterbacks. We're going to try and stay in this game for a little bit longer, because of the fact that we do have at least some units here that we can go ahead and fight with. The Scarab is just being a Scarab right now, doing everything but, you know, actually moving like a normal Scarab. But Shade Turret is going down. We do have Colossus starting to get built up. We do have some Scarab that is coming over as well. Who knows what's happening on the right side of my map, but We have to at least be able to push this off just a little bit at least. I think it would be a good play to just send these Banshees elsewhere, but it does look like round 2 is coming in with the tanks. And so tank is coming down. And it's just a tough spot. Great Mac is going to be able to at least reset what's happening over there on this left-hand side. But they have a lot of bases and they have the economy that they need to be able to actually do the damage that they need to do. And so my mini base has been destroyed. And reinforcement upgrade is going to go ahead and come in. But Scarab still sitting there doing nothing. I feel like I'm going back and forth right now. So bunker comes down, shade turret is going to come down, and we're going to go ahead and try and crack this position if we're able to. Scarab just needs to get closer to just focus down on the base, and eradication is going to come down. Y move gets popped for my Scarab, and now all of a sudden the enemy has shown up on my right hand side of the map. Cloaking Gen is at least doing its job, keep my blisterbacks cloaked, but I need to start falling back. That's a lot of tanks. And it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to hold this position much longer. It does look like this base is going to go ahead and come down. A Please Don't Shoot comes down, and it's going to reset the shield gen on the left-hand side, and he committed a lot of his air for that. And my blisterbacks are just going to continue to try and be set up in a safe position, but the tanks are coming around through the back. And so this is just going to be a very tough fight, all in all, especially once I get the vision to get rid of the rest of my blisterbacks. But we do have some Colossus that are going to continue to try and do some work. We're going to go ahead and do a cleansing beam on these Nightingales once again, because that is our biggest crux that we're going up against, and we are able to get rid of at least 2, maybe 3. We got 3 done, and we got the rest severely injured, which is nice to see. So Y move is going to get popped on the base, but a Max Blast comes down as well. And so this is not a good position. Things are looking pretty dire, but we're holding. We're barely holding. But Orange, once again, has reset. Combat Salvage got popped as well. Even if I call in my grunts from above, I think the opportunity is just gone at this point. I think this game is over. Grunt Dome is going to come down, but what am I going to do with the Grunt Dome in this position? And all in all, there's the Grunt Dome to try and stop my base from getting destroyed, but unfortunately it did, and now we're on the countdown timer. And light blue is coming in to go ahead and finish orange off as well. So we're starting off with our first replay, and I'm commentating, and it ends up being a loss. Definitely one thing I can definitely just change up is the early game. That build order was incredibly greedy, and I got punished hard for it. I tried to do this air comp when my teammate also went air. And even if I didn't want to go infantry, definitely could have utilized just vehicles or just something else besides cannon fodder and hero for like the first 10 minutes of this game. So we're going to go ahead and wait this out. I mean, we're still staying in here mainly because of the fact that I do have units, but once the Scarab's gone, it's pretty much over. And they do have Ghost of the Machine as well. So weighing in the options here, it's not really looking too hot. This game does look like it's going to be coming to an end soon. And putting the heals for the Scarab, see what's on this right hand side of the map, and there you go. Green has the base over here, and I can pressure it and I can start doing some damage, but they have a ton of Nightingales as well, and there's that cloak. I have no vision. I can't really see anything associated with that. So once again, it's just a tough spot, and orange is getting enough for one more hoorah type of attack, but it's not really looking too hot here. So here comes all that army that's over here on that right hand side with a bunch of infantry, tanks as well. We're going to retreat and see if we can at least get the base set up, but I don't even have much resources as a whole. Never even remade my hero that I lost like 15 minutes ago. And so red is still has somewhat of an army too. This is the only reason why we're still in it. We have to be like ×3 efficient over here, but it's kind of hard because the blisterbacks are pressuring the Decimus on this left hand side. And my Scarab over here, it's Ghost in the Machine will just counter it right away. As soon as they do Ghost in the Machine, bring the Scarab straight over to their army. And once they do that, that's about it. And so here we go. The push is going to get ready to start on their side. We do have at least 2 level 1 heroes. I don't know if we're going to be able to hold this off. And so we're going to pop a Y move right away to heal the Scarab, which is going to be very nice to see. It pushes them back just a little bit. Colossus is doing magnificent work. Meanwhile, if we look at the mini-map, Orange Decimus is trying to do the best fight that they can on that left-hand side. But it does look like he gets cleared up on that side as well. And so this game does look like it's going to be coming to a close. But we want to at least try and fight with the big army that we have left. I can't really say big, but a beefy army that we have left. And so Colossus is doing a magnificent job, but there's Ghost in the Machine. Just took over all the Colossus over here with the Vulture, and there's that Resign. So that's the GG right there.